This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Prime.
A chorus of car horns, jam-packed roads and rising fuel costs. These problems have become a daily routine for most urban commuters in India. And while Delhi government policies such as the odd-even scheme can help with these problems, startups have a solution of their own. Ride-sharing applications such as Orahi, S-Ride and Pool My Ride are digitally facilitating carpooling, which can reduce the number of vehicles on the road as well as help daily commuters, as Aishwarya, a frequent carpooler, testifies.
Autos in Gurgaon are pretty expensive. So you pay a lot and then you have to bear all that temperature thing, then you have to bargain. It's too much. Then I shifted to these sharing cabs. They detour a lot. They, spend your time like it's too much. Then somebody suggested Orahi to me. It was pretty good.
She is not alone. For carpooling app Orahi, which caters to individuals across Delhi NCR, the idea came from a personal problem that founder Sameer Khanna faced while commuting to work every day.
I used to work in Gurgaon. I stay in South Delhi. So it was like a 20-minute ride, but I used to spend about an hour and a half every day. So it was a very personal thought that something needs to be done about traffic.
Attempting to solve this problem that several urban Indians face are Sameer and his co-founder Arun Bhati. The duo met while working together at Ericsson Global Services and both quit their jobs when the idea for Orahi struck. Owing to such tech solutions, more and more people have grown to accept carpooling as a transport option. This has slowly created a welcoming community of fellow commuters who regularly post about their experiences on the app blogs and social media. Through daily joint travel, they now share personal relationships along with rides.
Female user for us, this was about a year and a half back, and they were new to Gurgaon. She was staying with her husband and in-laws. Husband was out on a travel, and suddenly the father-in-law got very ill in the night. I think it was about 10 p.m. or something like that, and she was very scared because she was new in town, didn't know anyone. So the first person she called was a carpooling partner, and the carpooling partner actually came to her house, took them both, the father-in-law and her, to the hospital.
One of co-traveler, and she was staying in the same apartment complex where we were staying, was looking for a yoga partner, and my wife used to do yoga every morning, and one instructor was coming to our place. And I said, Barkha, why don't you speak with my wife, because she's doing yoga. And they spoke and they found they formed a group and they started doing yoga together.
From close friendships to yoga partners, those behind these initiatives are bringing people closer together through technology. Orahi is currently focused solely on corporate employees and will soon cater to college students as well.
In Delhi NCR, and it was a surprising number that in private colleges about 40 to 50% people get their own cars. It's that big a number. In government-owned colleges, the number reduces, comes down to 18 to 25%. But still, that's a substantial amount of people getting their cars to college.
Students aren't the only ones adding to cars on the road. Delhi has over 96 lakh vehicles registered as of May 2015, which is the highest in India and 18% more than Mumbai and Bangalore combined. Apart from an increase in fuel cost and travel time as compared to steady traffic flow, congestion is a major nightmare. This problem is what Sameer and Arun are hoping to tackle.
There are studies across the world which say that if your driving time is more than 40 minutes, you should either change your home or your office, because it's affecting your life in so many ways you would not even know. The stress is so much. A woman was not able to raise a child because of the stress of driving. She stopped driving and she was able to conceive in the next 4 months.
For 60% of working professionals in India surveyed by Times Jobs, long commutes lower productivity, and several would consider work-to-home proximity while deciding on a job offer. Apart from solely ride-sharing companies, big players such as Ola and Uber are offering carpooling services in an attempt to tackle road congestion.
Shared mobility is the future of transportation. In many forms of public transport, we know that shared mobility already exists. And in cars, that too will become the future trend. So for smart cities to be like this, to be sustainable and successful, an efficient transportation system is crucial. And so therefore, it's both, the head and the heart that dictates that ride sharing through Ola Share enables this better living.
Several technology startups in the ride-sharing space have emerged to cater to the growing demand. Still, this is a fairly new phenomenon. Until recently, several problems such as lack of time flexibility, finding a trusted partner, payment hassles, and safety and security were roadblocks that these apps are now working to solve.
Carpooling has not worked for 40 years. So we asked people these direct questions that why are you not sharing? So we got a lot of feedback, personal reasons, financial reasons, security reasons, right? So we actually narrowed it down to the top 5, top 10, and then we started solving these problems for people.
With tech solutions addressing user concerns, ride-sharing is now gaining popularity amongst many commuters. While this can help reduce road congestion, other solutions need to work alongside carpooling. Road congestion isn't the only urban transport problem that startups are trying to solve. For all those that have spent valuable time driving in circles looking for a parking spot, 2 MBA graduates are on a mission to fix your problem. Richa Sajatia has the report.
From congested lanes to cramped parking stops, Delhi's lack of space for cars choking the city seems endless. But 2 friends are hoping to change that. Chirag Jain, an IIT Madras alumni, and Rasik Pansare of FMS Delhi met during Jagriti Yatra, a train journey where aspiring entrepreneurs from across the country come together to network. In 2015, they started Get My Parking, an online platform which enables car owners to search, navigate and book an assured parking spot for their car in legal parking areas, all without making any advance payment.
The parking idea came when I was traveling to South Korea, and I saw what is happening in developed countries like South Korea and in developing countries like Malaysia. And when I came back to India, I did a lot of research into this industry and figured out that supply is the biggest problem here. And it's a global problem where we don't have a solution. And that's when we came up with this idea that we need to solve the parking problem in this country.
Get My Parking is an Android platform based on cloud technology that has replaced traditional parking systems with smartphone technology. And with the help of a 30-member team, has so far scaled more than 1 million parkings in just 200 days of its operations in Delhi.
Just enter your destination where you're headed. You get to see which is the nearest parking available to that destination. You book it online, say the price, pay online, navigate directly to the parking. Once you reach the parking attendant over there is issuing tickets using a mobile-based system. So in his mobile phone, he already has your information and all the charges are debited directly through the wallet.
Along with being a parking discovery platform, Get My Parking has also tied up with parking contractors across Delhi to organize the parking landscape in the city.
It's a myth that contractors are very tough to work with. In fact, they want technology partners like us to come up and help them with digitization of the parking. So they were more than welcoming when we gave them the perfect solution to their operational problems.
While the startup is digitizing parking scenario in Delhi, the Get My Parking app users are also feeling the perks of using the service. As Tanay, one of the users, explains.
It was fairly simple to use. I just logged in. It showed me the parkings near me, and just a simple click and voila, there was it. I was able to book a parking.
Experts suggest Get My Parking's data-centric approach can prove helpful in solving issues around urban transport and infrastructure planning for smart cities.
Going to the authorities and making them understand the concept itself takes a toll on us. But then once they are convinced about it, they have offered us pilots. Like currently we're working with the Ahmedabad authorities and Jaipur authority. So these are 2 cities which are in the smart city project.
In an attempt to expand the scope of their venture, Get My Parking is working towards partnering with the government to organize parking on a larger scale across India.
I think cities really need to look at whether they should offer parking as a public good or as a scarce resource. I think if they start viewing parking as a scarce resource, which also has opportunity cost, then they would start to withdraw from that sector and depend on the private sector to give parking. And that's where technology will come in.
A city dweller on an average spends near about 15 to 20 minutes daily in search of a parking spot, and that equals to 0.3 liters of fuel wasted. Smart parking solutions can help people experience organized parking and also save their time and fuel.
With private startups like Get My Parking working alongside the government to help organize India's cities, urban planning can greatly benefit from both digitization and technology. It's time for a short break now, and when we're back, we'll take a look at how 4 ex-IIT students have found a very creative solution to our air pollution problems.